Oh, Jan has changed over the holidays. She
Yeah.
needed to get a razor. Hi, Jan. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Your cat was showing in the picture only with your name under it. That's what she was commenting about.
It's the Judy snuggle time. She likes her morning snuggles.
Is that really your window or is that a background?
No, that's my window to in my dining room.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
What a great view you have.
Mhm.
We
And,
do
and
here down in the
Judy's view is amazing.
Here down in the God, Judy's is great here. Hey, you.
It looks warm wherever she is.
You're wearing too many clothes there.
It's not, it's a background.
Okay.
I'm sitting in my old house. Thank you.
Get my lighting right here.
Well, while people are popping in, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy
I
New
can't
Year.
believe it's 2023. It's
I know.
mind blowing to me.
Yep.
I hope that everybody had a nice holiday and is healthy and doing well. Where'd she go? There she is. Sharon Stockstad is
Yeah.
joining us today. She is the membership coordinator for Region 13. For anyone that doesn't know me, I'm Cherie Letts. I'm the marketing coordinator for Region 13. I'm also the team leader of Coeur d'Alene Chorus and the marketing coordinator for Spirit of Spokane Chorus. So so the marketing person for Spirit of Spokane is also here. And Carrie Flint is with me, and she's the marketing coordinator for Coeur d'Alene Chorus. She's also a dual member with Spirit of Spokane Chorus. And so the only way I could get her to a meeting is to kidnap her and have her spend the night.
There you go.
So if we want to do a quick check-in, and I'll have Sharon start, kind of introduce yourselves and then give an update of kind of what your choruses did, and we'll come back around and finish kind of with a recap of Coeur d'Alene Chorus. What your things were, what did you do for the holidays as far as your chorus, and just kind of just a quick overview of how you wound up your year. That would be fabulous. And then we could go back, and if you have any questions about some of the things you did or need, you have some thoughts or nuggets that were hugely successful, please share. Our goal for the rest of today's meeting is to sort of check in to see where we're at in the Ignite the Sound campaign. There's only 4 months left for that, but we could do a lot in 4 months. People are ready. I think the holidays are behind them. It seems like there's always something. Well, first it was set. We're not going to really get started until after set, and then after international, and then after the holidays. Well, if we're going to do something, we probably need to do it right now. So I'm cuckoo about this organization. So Sharon Stockstad, if you'd like to start and update us on Helen Express and any membership thoughts, that would be fabulous. Thank you.
I'm with Helen Express Singers, and we had a Christmas chorus and invited women from all over, our area. We ended up with, I think, 12 guests that stayed through the time, and we've had 2 auditions since then, and we'll have another one on Monday night. So we did get some members from our Christmas chorus. That seems to be our best way to get new members, is through our Christmas chorus.
So now I'll just go from what's on my screen. And Sharon from Voices Northwest is in my top left corner. So you go, girl.
Thank you. We had kind of a rough Christmas because we were snowed in and iced, like probably most of you, but up until the day of our Christmas show, which was going to be our big money maker, we'd invited new members, new people to come, and everybody was excited because we want to grow and we need money. And at the last minute, we canceled for the safety of everyone, which was the right call, but it devastated our chorus. I mean, we're not to the point of folding or anything. We're solid with that, but we're just kind of struggling. How I became team leader is nobody else wanted it, and everybody was afraid of being team leader. Our team leader decided that right in the middle of her term, she couldn't fulfill the obligations. She had family that she had to attend to, which is understandable. But now what were we going to do? And everybody else pretty much had a job. And I was holding back because being older and having done this before and wanting to sing. Okay, so my hand went up and I saved the day, but now I've been backpedaling and drowning in paperwork ever since. So that's my story, and I'm glad to be here, other than feeling like I'm at the back of the boat. But all your suggestions will be helpful, and I look forward to hearing them.
And Sharon, if there's anything that I can do to help you, just email me, call me, whatever. Sharon Stockstead.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Sharon.
Yeah,
It's just me, I think, that needs help, but okay.
well, yeah, and any of the RMT, if you guys, if Voices Northwest has any question, or obviously any chorus, we're here, because it's frustrating when I don't know about anyone else, but I'll work on a project and it's like, okay, I guess I'm happy with it, and someone else goes, oh yeah, we did that whole thing years ago. You know, and so that reinventing the wheel kind of needs to just be done.
Thank you. I agree.
Okay, so I forget who's here. Kip. Last name is Kip.
Hey, I'm the vice president of Columbia River Chorus because Noel wasn't able to be here. But what we did was we celebrated our 60th anniversary this year, along with our Christmas chorus, and we also had Christmas guests. But one thing that we did, we had we showed a video of past choruses, which was, and we also invited a lot of past chorus members to come and sing with us. So that was really a fun thing that we did. And we have gotten, I think, 3 new members in the past since September. So we're growing, at least we're trying. So that's what we did.
Cherie.
So what's your total membership now?
I think 20.
That's good.
Yeah, that is good. I mean, it seems like we're kind of all hovering in the 20s somewhere to low 30s. So
Right.
Cheryl Isaacs.
I'm going to invite Denise to join me since she's from my chorus as well, and she's the president or team leader. Well, we were able to do some of our performances. We had a Christmas concert and well attended, had a lot of fun, and it was well done. And then the weather hit, and so we sort of lost some of our sing outs we had planned, but we had a small group also that went out and did some of our sing outs because some of us, like me, were sick. And Denise got sick, and it just kind of went through the chorus, and who could we sort of scratch out of this group? And we performed at a brewery, we performed at a newcomers group in Anacortes. We kind of went all over the place and had a good time. Now, as far as new members, we're kind of feeling like we're kind of decreasing, and that's why we're here, to get some ideas. Denise?
We are
what do you-
here and we're planning on getting volunteers for a membership committee starting this coming Monday as we get back to rehearsals. So I want to get an actual committee, at least 2 to 3 people together. So that's why we're here, to get some ideas so that we can share them with this committee, get a chair on the committee and move forward, try to plan some membership events for the year. We did advertise our holiday chorus all over the place since September. And we had one person come one night, and unfortunately it wasn't their thing. And we lost one very good member to an oratorio style chorus because that was more her thing. So yeah, we're struggling. A membership is going to be our main focus for this year. And so we're looking for any ideas people have to help us get there. Hopefully the weather will hold off and we can start doing some good stuff now. So we need your help.
Is River still in your chorus?
Phoenix, you mean? Phoenix Rising?
No, I know Phoenix, but she joined us for one, Abby Phillips, but she went by River.
No, not somebody in our course. We're over in Mount Vernon.
That's Northwest Harmony.
Northwest Harmony.
You're talking about Northwest Harmony, not
It's
Harmony. Northwest.
geography. I'm not good at that.
That's okay. Those names get confused all the time.
Okay, Beth Garsky.
Unmute.
You're
Beth,
muted.
Beth, you're muted.
Yes, I'm from River's Edge Chorus. I'm team coordinator, and what most everybody has said is exactly what's happening to us. We felt so good about being able to perform for the first time in such a long time, and we did do a show with our men's chorus this year, and that was fun. It just felt so good to be doing things like that. And we did have a Christmas chorus, and we did get some members out of it. In fact, we auditioned 3 people on Monday night, and I have 2 more to do on this Monday night. So, it's a surge, I think, right now. People are maybe still looking for something to do, but we use Meetup. Meetup has been really helpful to us. And of course, word of mouth is good. I mean, you really do need to tell people who you are and what you do. But it's been really a good year.
What's your membership up to now, Beth?
I think we're about 20 now. Mhm.
That's excellent.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice. It's hard to improve when you have so few people,
Yeah,
to make the sound that we would really like to have. So I think getting these extra people in the chorus and will really help Bianca. Anyway, it's good just to be back and doing our thing.
it is. It's
Yeah.
great to be back.
Mhm.
Cindy, Five Valley. I know you've done some interesting things when putting the year in review video together. I love doing that stuff because I really get to learn really what's happening with the choruses. And Five Valley did some fun things. I thought, what a fun group.
We really had an amazing holiday season. We did 16 performances between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Wow.
And
Wow.
well, we always do like senior residences on Tuesday evening when otherwise we'd be rehearsing. So we do at least 2 every Tuesday evening. One night we had 2 planned and only did 1 because one of the residences had COVID going on,
Oh,
and
sure.
we didn't want to get it.
No.
So, but we did have, gosh, so many fun things. There's an area outside of Missoula, about 20 miles, that's called, oh God, Earth to Me. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They have these an old schoolhouse and a community center. So we drove out in the snow and mud and sang outside 2 different times. oh, the beautiful old school. It was just amazing. A wonderful community event. And then we drove 20 miles back into Missoula, through Missoula, and 8 miles south of Missoula to Lolo to sing at a previous member's 90th birthday party. So we just had a wonderful season, and it was kind of magical because we were all so glad to be back singing, and the audiences were so glad to have us back. And the sound was good, and everybody was in a beautiful state of mind. And I tell you, it was just wonderful. And so now in that state of mind, we're going to switch back to our normal routine and start working on new music and stuff. And hopefully it'll just continue. What a joy.
Yeah,
And I
what a
think we'll
wave to
get
ride.
I think we'll get 2 new members out of this season. So hallelujah. Yeah, there we are.
That's wonderful. And yeah, that
Yeah,
ride that wave as long as you can, because it's
right.
we'll have in Coeur d'Alene, our first rehearsal will be this Monday, and we should absolutely be proud of where we're at. So
Mhm.
Judy Stein, Grand Olympics.
Okay. I think our Christmas season actually started back in October when we had an open house. And a couple of chorus members who haven't been back since COVID came, and new people came. And then we moved into sort of the holiday music. And
Mm.
we opened that up so guests can be with us. And we had like 5 non-chorus people singing with us and rehearsing with us all through it. And so the hope is, and we haven't met, there's going to be a party on the 21st, but because of the snow and ice, we did 6 performances or 7 performances during December. And then we didn't have our party because, well, snow and ice, and then Christmas, New Year's. So we're not meeting again until Monday, but I am hopeful that at least 2 people from the 5 who joined us will become members. And they were very regular. They came, they had fun. So I'm hoping at least 2, maybe 3 will join us. And I think that will put us at where I think we're just below 20. I don't know what our last count is. So we had fun, and we're excited about the upcoming contest. I joined the chorus and I have never been to contest. So I'm excited, and I think a lot of people are excited about doing that and working on new songs and really having fun in preparation. So I think there's energy. And I don't know who said it, because we're small, that, and it's a little more difficult. And I think if we can build the numbers just a few more, that will help us congeal. Thank you.
The
Oh,
first
did I
time
say I
I've
was
heard the
in?
word congeal in a positive way. Well, and I know you lost a member because Coeur d'Alene Chorus got her. So
Yeah, we
sorry,
miss
not
her.
sorry.
Yeah, thank you. We miss her. We miss her terribly.
She's
But at
already on
least
our
she's, but at
mental.
least she's still singing. That's awesome.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, yes. We'll see her. We'll see her at contest.
Yes, you will. Thank you so much, Judy. Okay, next is Dottie, but before that, I'll introduce, I see Karen Kelly has joined us. Karen Kelly is the Fierce team leader of the Spirit of Spokane Chorus. Karen, we're just kind of checking in right now and kind of finding out how each chorus did over the holidays and kind of where we're at with the Ignite the Sound campaign, and kind of updating on, our membership numbers. So in case you have to go do some quick research. Okay, Dottie, take it away.
Well, as you know, COVID wiped out Pacific Sound, and so we're still struggling with about 12 members. We did go through a lot of our Christmas music, but we did not try any sing outs. We did have a Christmas party. We have been talking with Seattle Shores as a possibility of merging the two choruses, but there are a lot of discussions and things that have to continue taking place because they want to meet in their area of shoreline, and we are happy with our location in Bellevue, and finding something in between is just almost impossible. So it's still in the talking stage. We have hired a lady to do some coaching and possibly become a director. We'll just see how it works out. We'll have to change our meeting night to Thursday instead of Tuesday if we do continue with her. But she is a trained musician and an excellent leader. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. We love new members. Our one new member came last summer and has been sticking with us. She's very young, from Poland. But other than that, I don't know what to tell you, except we'd love to grow.
Excellent. Well, that's an interesting thought about merging. That could be interesting. Sandy March.
Yeah, I'm with Columbia River Chorus, also with Kay, and I'm on the marketing team. And along with our 60th anniversary show, we also did like an assisted living facility. And we also, every year, we try to do the Festival of Lights at the Grotto, which is always a fun performance. We had actually probably about, I want to say 8 or 9 guests for Christmas, but I would say they were all either repeat guests or we had some associate members that came and joined us for Christmas because it was our last Christmas with Paul. So anyway, so we had a Christmas party and just celebrated Paul, basically. So we're excited though too, because we have Alyssa Ryman as our interim director starting this month. And so we're excited for something new with a new director. And as far as membership goes, Kay mentioned 3, but I think overall for the year, I think we have 4. And we're hoping with some new marketing skills, because we really need some help, as we all have said, with marketing and whatnot, trying to get new members in the door. So, and we have about 20, as Kay mentioned. And I think overall, we're just excited for a new year and a new director and new music and trying to grow the chorus.
That's awesome. Thank you for coming. And Dottie, thank you for coming too. We don't get representatives from your chorus very often. And so it really means a lot to have you both here with us today, because this is what we are about. It's about sharing our ideas and collaborating. You know, just because we get on a competition stage once a year doesn't mean we can't collaborate the other 364 days. So
Yeah.
just on one day we don't.
Yeah.
But then we just hug each other. Okay, great. Jan Smallwood and company.
There you go. Yes, the girls are happy to join you today, Judy and Molly. They're here for you too. Olympia did some fun things over the holidays. We did a holiday chorus. It's never as successful as it sounds like it is for you all. We just don't attract people at the holidays. We got one guest who stayed. We had maybe 3 or 4 the first night, one who stayed, but I will say she joined. So, or she's in the process of joining, I should say. She's committed and is ready to audition. So that's a good thing. We at least got one from it. Our big thing this year, we did our first attempt at what we called our tinsel tea, which we modeled after Mission Valley down in San Francisco, their Jingle Bell tea. Angela Sirachi's been doing that for many years, and she was really generous. We talk about not reinventing the wheel. We basically got everything from her, including her recipes of how they do the tinsel tea. And so we basically made the holidays a show and a fundraiser all together. And so I don't know, for those of you who've known Olympia, we used to do a big scripted show every year, and the full-on play, you know, with the music and everything. And that was a ton of fun, a boatload of work. And honestly, we made as much money in this tinsel tea with 75 folks coming as we would in a show, because we end up paying so much for a venue and all the other expenses that a show costs. And so frankly, it was a great opportunity for us. So finding a way to combine the holidays, a fundraiser, and a show, in addition to our sing-outs, was really successful for us. So we're hoping to do it again in the next year. And all we really did was we had roundtables and served like an English tea. And the chorus, we scavenged and scoured the garage sales for china and teapots, and people brought their Christmas china. We had lovely little tea, and we sang and had some door prizes. It was just a ton of fun. So we're finding new ways to make some money and still get to sing. And so that was a good success for us. And we're hoping to do it again next year. And for those of you who haven't seen on Facebook, I'll just do a short marketing message. Our second annual Besties Bags and Bingo is coming up February 25th. So those of you in Olympia area or even nearby, it's worth driving in, where we play bingo, 15 rounds, and you win designer bags. That's our other fundraiser. So we did that last year, and that was a ton of fun as well. So in terms of membership, we are actually doing pretty well. And I would encourage anybody, we got lucky, and if you have a military installation anywhere nearby, that we have found that to be a little gold mine of members. We got lucky and found and recruited one actually last Christmas. A quartet recruited somebody who was at an event, a jingle, and JBLM, which is close to us, Fort Lewis and McCord. They have an event they call the Super Sign Up, and I think maybe a lot of installations have it. The Spouses Club sponsors it, and it's just for a lot of organizations to come, and people, it's like an outside in the summer, and people come and they look at all the different things that are available. We went to that, and honestly, we got 3 members from one afternoon. They've all just joined, and not only that, but there are now 4 of them in the military, and they just formed a quartet and are looking to go out and sing on the bass and the fort. And so we're hoping that they are going to be a great marketing tool for us. And we really started talking about it, is that Sweet Adelines is such a great opportunity for military spouses, because when they move, there's oftentimes a place for them to go in their new area, no matter where they may go in the world. And so it's a great way for us to say, hey, you want, 35 best friends no matter where you go. Sweet Adelines is for you. So that's kind of how we're marketing, and our gals that we just brought in are very positive, and one of them happens to be the president of the Spouses Club. So again, it's a bonus for us. But so that's been our secret sauce for membership. And we do have 2 more guests that are auditioning next week. So we're feeling really good. We've got 3 just joined and 3 ready to audition. And so hoping with those we'll be up to maybe 23, 24, because we always lose a couple as well. But all in all, that's been, I think, a great resource. So if you have one of those, if you have a base nearby, I say go for it.
Excellent. And I think most of it has bases nearby. Now, some of them may be competing bases, but
Well,
like
depending on where
Fairchild.
people live. Yeah. Because we actually recruited 3 gals who live in Lacey, but I'm sure there's just as many people who live in Tacoma or up north that are going down to the McCord place. And of course, Acapella Sensations has got Bremerton. There's lots of opportunities.
Yep, that's fabulous idea. Plus, marketing, being able to market that your tinsel tea was sold out.
Yeah,
that is just an even if it wasn't.
It was.
But sure, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you say sold out, someone automatically thinks, shoot, I missed it. I'm not going to miss that again this next year. And that's just kind of a little white lie. You know, I
In
mean,
our
not,
case, it actually.
not every, maybe no one ever could, maybe not everyone could come. So that's why all the seats might not be full for something, but no one knows. And it's just a marketing. I mean, I can tell you, having worked in the entertainment industry, that's exactly what they do. You know,
Mhm.
just like how many final tours is is Barry Manilow going to do? You know, and I fall for it every freaking time. You know, it's like he's going to be 95. Real final, you know. But we all buy the tickets. So
When we talked about that, as soon as we actually even oversold a little bit, although we were concerned because it involved food and, really specific seating. So, but you're right. Some people didn't come, and there was always illnesses. There's always weddings and funerals that, so we still had empty seats even after overselling, but it was so much fun to have. And Sally was like, she couldn't wait to put the sold out across the.
I know. She was so excited
Yes.
about that. And I said, do you need help doing the banner? No, I think I've got it. I'm gonna ask somebody in the chorus.
Yep.
All right, thanks so much, Jen.
Sure.
Beverly, acapella sensations.
There we go. Wasn't sure if I was going to get this to work. So we've been doing, so we celebrated our 50th this year and had a great celebration with that. And then we've gotten to do a couple shows with our local guys chorus from Barbershop Harmony Society. They invited us to come on and sing some song. We learned a couple songs with them for Christmas. And then we sang a few of our own songs. So that was a lot of fun because we didn't have to do all the work. We helped, but we didn't have to put it all together and plan it all. So that was nice. We do our holiday chorus. That's pretty much our big time of year for membership for us. And this year we only had 3. 2 of them are staying. And then from about our 50th time, just before we had our 50th in the September, about summertime, we had several ladies come. We've had 6 new members, and then we have the 2 new members that are coming from Christmas. So we're pretty excited about that. Is this cutting out for you guys? Because it looks like my picture is weird.
A little bit, yes. It's a little bit, but
okay. Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay. So other than that, I mean, we're pretty excited, and then now we're just gearing up. We just had a goal setting session for our first night back Thursday, and if anybody is looking for a great person to give you some ideas for goal setting and the concepts behind that, one of our new members, that is her thing. She loves to do that. So if you need that resource, let me know. I will hook you up with her so she can give you some ideas for that. She's pretty awesome. I think that's it. That's kind of pretty where we're at. I think with the 2 new members auditioning this week, we'll be at about 28. So.
excellent. That's excellent.
Great.
When I send out, I'll be sending an email out with maybe some documents attached that we'll discuss in a little bit. Beverly, if you want to just kind of reply all and include that person's information, and if she has a general rate, I mean, that's just something else for us to file away. That would be helpful.
Okay.
Thank you. Meredith, how is Acapella Joy doing?
Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Can you hear me okay? Pretty good. Okay, I'm on Bluetooth headpieces. Not everyone loves how that sounds. So I am our marketing chair. So if you, probably many of you don't know or would remember my face, I never know if I feel like I'm new to Sweet Adelines or new to AJoy or not. I joined AJoy like 5 months after they won in 2018. So I will have been a member of AJoy for almost 5 years and never will have competed in a regional contest. So this coming regional contest is actually my first regional true contest. We sang open before we went to New Orleans. But I'm the marketing person, so I know you guys will probably know. You'll know Arlene Blackmer, you'll know Nikki, certainly Denise Thompson, probably other people. So if you're like, why aren't you doing this marketing thing? I'm the person you want to, corner about that, and not them. I have an advantage because we're a large chorus, and so when we need people to do stuff, there's a deeper pool we can draw from. So we have a separate person for I'm in marketing, which is sort of what you would consider like a true marketing, if you will. We have someone who's a membership chair, who is sort of doing recruitment. We have people who do fundraising for us, and then we have people who do other things. There was a question about membership. I'm looking over at the right at our Rise replacements. So we have 54 on our risers right now. We were above 60 in New Orleans, which was the last time we've stepped on a stage as a chorus proper. I think, to be frank, and hopefully this is not offensive, I think we have a little bit of an advantage of an attraction chorus. We maybe have to do less promotion than some. I think because we've had a couple of Sweet Adelines move from out of the area to the Seattle area, and we'll get some of them. That's been, we feel ecstatic when that happens. But the other thing is, and we have lost members over this, is that, sorry if I've just repeated myself, we've not stepped on a stage as a chorus proper anywhere since we stepped off the stage in New Orleans at the end of 2019. So we have not performed as a chorus. We have done Christmas performances over this last winter season. We have a Christmas sub team because learning our Christmas repertoire is optional, as is performing with our Christmas group, our holiday group, if you will. So we have, I was trying to think in my mind how many people that is. 15 or 18 people who learn our Christmas repertoire, and then a lot of great events in the Seattle area that are really good. So I was thinking about this. So there's Green Lake, Pathway of Lights, that's in Seattle proper, Little Lake, just a big event, attracts a ton of people, but it's also really hard. It could be hard to ask to sing at that because there are a lot of choruses who want to sing at that. What I will recommend to you guys is that if you can make it into Bellevue sometime during the Christmas season and are inclined, the Bellevue Botanical Gardens runs an event called Garden Delights, where they put a bunch of lights up in their botanical garden. And it's absolutely beautiful. And it's a super popular event. The event itself sells out, and they run it over and over and over again. I think they run it, you can buy an hour entrance. There are 3 or 4 hour entrances, and they run it maybe 5, maybe 6 days a week for a couple weeks. We don't get paid for that, but there are a lot of people who are there and they just love it. The other thing is that we sang twice this year at Molbak's in Woodinville. That's Molbak. I can send this out later, although be patient with me. I'm in a minute going to leave my house in Redmond and drive to Centralia to go to a baseball tournament. So I'm going to be a little offline this week. So Molbak's pays you to sing at Christmas because they, it's part of the experience. They're bringing people in to buy Christmas decorations and listen. And people loved us there. Oh, I'm so sorry. They really loved us there, and this was almost the funniest thing I'd ever heard. Someone approached us. He was like, "Boy, I can really tell that you guys rehearsed. You sound good." And I was like, "Yes, we do. We do rehearse. We rehearse year round." So I think that they'll, that was just, great. That was great for us. We did some other stuff. I do our Facebook. We're reasonably active on Facebook. I've been pondering a couple ideas to get on social media platforms that appeal to younger audiences. TikTok is one, that short form video that's really growing. Instagram, we kind of let fall by the wayside. And other stuff. I didn't know. Sorry, I'm only seeing a portion of you. Do you want to hear a little bit about some of the fundraising stuff that we're doing? Maybe, okay, I don't know, maybe less interested in that. Okay. We're collecting sneakers right now for a fundraiser. We sell wreaths for a fundraiser. That might be one of our biggest fundraiser, wreaths and greenery. They get shipped in fresh for us. We'd be glad to talk to you guys about that. Yeah, but I think we're sort of shifting less now into recruitment, and we're trying to make sure we do fundraising, and then this is the time of year where we focus on preparing for competition. So I think the type of marketing I'm going to do on Facebook, which is the major one that I do, I think probably less about recruiting new members beyond about February, when things get really serious. Yeah, but we do welcome anyone who wants to, come see us anytime. We're in Bellevue. We're at Temple B'nai Torah, which is a lovely place, and Northwest Harmony Men's Chorus, and then their Harmony Mix rehearses there as well. And we got lucky because we lost our old church, and in the middle of the pandemic, and I contacted upwards of 50 places, me and a group of people. And we called them, and they were like, "Oh my God, we love choruses." And I was like, "You do? That's so wonderful." And we have a shed to store our risers. Yeah. So
Well, for not performing, you guys have been busy. Where would you have fit that in?
Well, we have. So when I say risers, we put up our risers this past Monday the 2nd. That was literally the first time that AJoy had stepped on our risers since we stopped performing for COVID, or we stopped rehearsing for COVID in March 2020. So it's literally been 3 years. Like I was giddy. I was running around like a little kid. Like it was wonderful for us. But yeah, don't be offended if I can't respond to you this weekend, but I'm happy to talk to people about what we're doing, or refer you to people who in our chorus who do things like fundraising and stuff like that. Yeah. And I'm so excited about conference. I can't even tell you guys. I have, since I left the last conference I did in 2018, I've been excited to go back. Regional conference. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we all are chomping at the bit for a contest. It's one of those things where you're almost afraid to even talk about it. It's, you don't want to jinx it, so yeah. That event that is going to happen in May, it's like, but yeah, I'm sure every one of us here has a tear off calendar, So I'm looking forward to hearing Acapella Joy in that event in May.
Thank you, and same, yeah.
Thank you so much, Meredith. Karen, how is Song of Seattle doing?
Hi. Well, we did some interesting things this fall. We did do a holiday chorus, and that was part of our membership drive. Right at the beginning of that, though, we were participating in the Greater Seattle Choral Consortium. They have a Seattle Sings event they put on every year, which of course got messed up for a couple of years. But anyway, they actually had it in person this fall again. And so we sang in that, and there are about, I think, something like 25, maybe 30 choruses of all different kinds. Most of them are not a cappella, and a lot of them are the, stand there in your choir robe and hold a little book and sing, And funny story about that, when we got off stage, because we performed essentially our package from, the video competition we had last year for regional, which in that we were animals, dogs and cats and whatnot. We didn't wear our dog and cat costumes, but we did perform some of those songs, and we had Paula, our director, was beating on a trash can, for drums. And so anyway, when we got finished, the person who was announcing all the choruses, he says, well, that just goes to show you that we have all kinds of groups up here at the Greater Seattle Choral Consortium. So it was just funny because obviously we were very different from the typical stand there in your choir robe group, but we had a lot of fun doing that. And we actually sort of ended up with someone who's interested in singing with us. She hoped to sing with us for the holiday season, but something came up and she wasn't able to do that. But she was a friend of one of our chorus members who saw us and at the end was crying. She's like, oh my gosh, you guys are so great. So anyway, hopefully we get a member out of that. And we just also enjoy the community exposure that comes from that by being out there in the, the overall choir and choral atmosphere, not just Sweet Adelines and not just barbershop and not just a cappella. So that was fun. But along with that, we also had our holiday chorus where we had originally four, but like I said, the one who saw us at Seattle Sings wasn't, able to keep going. But she came to our holiday party and I think she is interested perhaps in joining us back again this spring. We did have 3 other chorus members or guests sing with us for the holiday season. And one of them I think is interested in us, but can't join us for this contest season. So we'll probably see her after that. Another one I'm not sure of yet, a membership person would probably be able better to answer that at the moment. And then the third one I think has a pretty good chance because her mom sings in the chorus. So I would assume she may join us. But again, I don't know. And I'm having a meeting with everybody on the board on Monday. So I'll probably know more about who's coming back then. But anyway, we tend to bounce around at about 28 to 30 members. And it seems like, if we gain somebody, if somebody goes associate or moves away or, so we kind of just always stay in that range. We did have 2 members join us this fall. But I know we had at least one person go associate. So anyway, like I said, I think we're still 28-ish as far as our numbers. We had scheduled 3 holiday sing-outs. We were able to perform at 2 of them. And then the third one, which was also our holiday celebration afterwards, because of the snow and ice, like somebody else said, we weren't able to have. So we just did our holiday celebration dinner this week on Wednesday on our chorus night. So we unfortunately didn't do as many sing-outs as we would have liked to. And we do tend to only do sing-outs on our chorus nights. And we're thinking about, we have had some chorus members say, well, we'd like to sing out more, but to do that, we kind of have to have people say, well, then they're willing to commit to sing on another day other than Wednesday. So we need to figure that out with the chorus because, we're still relatively small. So if, let's say we have 28 members, but in general, 20 to 24 sing, but then let's say then it's going to get down to only 18 or 15 that want to sing on a Saturday. And there's one tenor or no tenors or whatever it might be. So, that gets a little more complicated with our size group. So, with A-Joy, if you guys can have 18 or 20 people out of your 54 that are willing to sing the holiday music, I'm sure you get all the parts figured out with that size group to pull from. So that's something we have to figure out. And I don't know if anybody wants to do this, but just by a show of hands, how many of your choruses do performances on non-chorus nights? Okay, so most of you. Okay, good to know. All right. I think that's it for song.
Thanks, Karen. I highly encourage, if you have not seen Song of Seattle's performance, go to YouTube or go to their Facebook page, and the YouTube link is there. I mean, there's watching Paula Davis pound on a trash can is I think good entertainment, but you all sounded fabulous, and And I could tell by the reaction from the crowds that they were just going, whoa, it was so different than your standard, proper choral, and way to rock the house. So, okay, Karen Kelly, Spirit of Spokane.
First of all, I'd like to apologize for my late arrival. I had a meeting. So I got in as soon as I could. Spirit of Spokane was so thrilled to be able to represent at International. We had a great time. We learned a ton. And so we came back fighting, and we have begun something that I don't know if everyone does this, but we started doing early sectional rehearsals. So we virtually all the bases and all the much, but the section leaders, we do an hour solid of working on technique and getting technical, really finely technical. And it has done an amazing amount of good for our overall rehearsals when we get back together. For one thing, we're all warmed up. And for another, we've learned some great techniques, and we've also really been able to conquer some of the difficult parts of the songs. And it's made our rehearsals really, really fun because we're ready to rock. And so the other thing is that for we have actually been back live since May of 2021. So we actually had a huge Christmas show at the end of 2021, and we were all masked, and it went off wonderfully well. So we didn't let anything stop us. We also are having a retreat coming up at the end of January in just a couple of weeks. And then one of our amazing fundraisers that Cherie got us on, which is actually really super easy and so fun, is Chinese food, is Panda Express. And on a certain day of the week, we just tell everybody to go to Panda Express, and they have a code, and they order online, order in advance at Panda Express, and go pick up their food, and we get 28% of whatever is bought. And so that was a super, super easy fundraiser, plus delicious. And trying to think of other things. So we've just started, Cherie and our membership team are jumping in for, we want to do a membership drive. We definitely want to increase our chorus. Right now we're at about 28 to 30. And we really want to grow. One of the things that I'm committed to is finding young singers. The Sweet Adelines organization is going to die when we do, if we don't. Because, we may think that we're still 25, but I'm looking in the mirror. and I love the idea. I love the idea of going to the base, because there are a lot of young Air Force wives out at Fairchild Air Force Base right here in Spokane. And I love your attitude of not being daunted by the fact that they may be moving in 2 years, because I grew up in an Air Force brat and I know what it's like. And, not be, taken back by that. We had some challenges with a little bit of bullying in our chorus, and we just really renewed our commitment to sisterhood and to respect, and really being one-on-one with everyone and respecting each other in chorus. And so it was a difficult time, and we're coming through it. And I'll share that with you. It doesn't have to go anywhere else, but it does happen. And we are human beings after all, and we have our own opinions, and sometimes they don't always jibe. And to really learn how important it is to respect each other in the chorus is, I think, a lesson that I've taken from this experience. Sheree, am I missing anything?
No, I think you're doing awesome.
Okay. So we're excited about contests coming up as well, and looking forward to seeing all of your beautiful faces again live on stage.
Thanks, Karen. So we now, so I'm gonna have Carrie give a Coeur d'Alene chorus update. But she also, we get a bonus, ding, 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 because she is part of the contest communications team. And so she has a couple of contest updates that she can share with us, and then we'll continue from there. So take it away.
So Coeur d'Alene Chorus, we have one of our biggest fundraisers is caroling at the Coeur d'Alene Resort. We have a contract with them, and so we were able to meet all of our commitments for that. We had some members here and there that became ill, and we have it set up so that somebody else can fill in as they need it. So we didn't have to cancel any of those commitments. We partner with the men's chorus, and then that's the men's chorus was partnering also with some of the members of River's Edge. So I know Beth got to sing as part of that contract as well. So that was really successful. Always well received. I don't know. I have no idea how many
singers?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was near 30. I know.
Well, she did the schedule differently this year. So
Yeah.
And then we have a young lady that is the daughter of one of our members that we're hoping that she'll audition soon, but she sang with us on our Christmas program that we did at the end of November. And so, we do have a young lady, she's 14. And so there's our young member. And she has a beautiful voice and is enthusiastic. So I think that is huge. And then we have our retreat is the weekend after the Spirit of Spokane retreat. So we will be working on some goal setting and some long-term planning at our retreat, as well as working on our contest music. We've kind of changed up our rehearsals as well. We're doing more sectionals and have been working on our repertoire and our contest songs through the whole season, even during Christmas, which a lot of times we don't sing our contests and that stuff during Christmas time, but we actually did. And I think that'll be huge, because that way you don't forget. Let's see. We have 31 current members. So if Danny joins us, that'll be 32. Which bumps us into a different spot if everybody went to competition. So we would be in large chorus by one, mid-sized chorus by one. And then, other than that, we're just looking forward to getting back together. We're going back to work on Monday, and we're looking forward to getting back together. Our course is a pretty, of the two, I'm a dual member with SOS and a dual with, as well as Coeur d'Alene, and the choruses, both are working super duper hard. So it'll be fun. So now I'm going to put on my other hat. As a convention communication chair, I can share that we are still working towards that live convention. Hopefully nobody missed that we will be at the First Interstate Performing Arts Center this year. We're not going to be in the convention hall, so that's awesome. We are sending out an e-blast, a convention update. I don't think It'll probably be the week after next because next week is the regular one that comes out from the region. But there is an increase in the AETs. So the prices are going up a little bit there. The members over 26 years of age is 90. Youth members is going to be 45. Cal members for all ages is 90. Non-members 13 and older will be 100 for the AETs. And then children 12 and younger will be free. Evelyn is working on getting the AETs put together and stuff. She tried to look on the international site for the deadlines, and international is changing their they're working on their website right now. And so the only deadlines that she can find on there are courses that are coming up real soon. They haven't done anything for future. So she's working on that. We also want to remind choruses that and quartet members that they need to make sure that their songs have passed the song assessment tool. That's very important because you can't compete without it. And then also registration for choruses and quartets at the international level will start, I think it's February 3rd. It's either the 2nd or the 3rd. We had 2 different dates going out, and now I can't remember which one is the right date. So that will open up. And then just to remind everyone here, that's for the international. And then that you have to register at the regional level as well. That's always so confusing. And when you register at the regional level, which last year was really confusing because it was video, and you didn't have to buy AETs, but that's part of the AET, is that's your regional level registration. So just so I know that gets really confusing, but yes, you register at the international level and pay that fee, and then you register at the regional level, and that's when you purchase your AETs for everybody in attendance, and that's your registration there. So that's all I have. Yes, I talked a lot, sorry.
That was a lot. And I'm sure it'll all be in the email and the e-blast.
Yes.
Okay, well, so my heart just skipped a beat when that, does that mean Acapella Joy is our competition now?
Yes.
Oh goodness, now, come on. I mean, I don't mean to be disingenuous, and I didn't know, but we're like, we gotta compete direct against, Pride of Portland this year. Like, we're shaking our boots a little bit for that, so we'll see. So.
Well, thank you all so much for the update. I've kind of messaged Sharon a little bit during this, and it's really, I mean, I feel like we have a way better jump on the Ignite the Sound campaign than none of us, we don't talk to each other much, so to hear how much growth we've had over the past quarter is pretty damn exciting. I think we should all be incredibly proud of ourselves, and we've made it. Anytime I think we all question, was Sweet Adeline's going to survive? And I think that we're proof that I think not only did we survive, I think that we're coming out of this. Our choruses are closer, and we're connected in a way, that in 10 years from now, when people go, what was COVID? It's maybe we should market t-shirts, and have all of our logos on it and said, we survived. So I already know that seed's planted. So I have created a document that I originally was just was using for the 2 choruses that I'm in, but I'm happy to share it. It's kind of a hodgepodge of different types of networking and membership growth and marketing that I've put together from international documentation, other regional events, and other nonprofit events, and in an SATB chorus that I was part of for several years in Dallas, Texas. So if you all want, Sharon Stockstead has that document. We're happy to send it out. I mean, there's literally 69 ideas on how to kind of just go about growth. And there's a little section on membership recognition and things like that. So it's just, there's some pretty wacky ideas out there, but you never know, especially for your location, what's going to be successful. I mean, talking to someone in Sweden last month, and she's like, yeah, we used to use yard signs. Really? It's like, she goes, yeah, and it's like, it's on the list. So you never know. Last October, International hosted a 2-day event for all of the RMT members. And Sharon was there and Sandy Smith was there. It was fantastic. Each day went almost an hour over what we had planned. And I had asked the question, why aren't we all meeting together? Like, why aren't the marketing coordinators meeting? Why aren't the membership people meeting for the whole world of Sweet Adelines? And of course, they said, well, host a meeting. So we did. And so we actually had our first Sweet Adeline World Marketers meeting in November. Our next one is in 2 weeks. And of course, it's marketing people. So we got so excited. We have a name, we have a logo now. It's we were just overachievers. So we're the Fantastic Sams, which is the Sweet Adeline Marketers. But there's been lots of information that's on this list I got from like the person in Sweden that does yard signs. So it's just thinking outside of the box. So take what you want and you can leave the rest, but hang on to it because you never know. You may circle back around and say, I heard about this. And if you have any questions on any of those things, please don't hesitate to reach out. I mean, that's what we're here for. Sharon.
I will send out that document to all the team leaders and presidents. And then I also will send out everything that I've pulled off of SAI about Ignite the Sound. So you can take a look at all of that information. I also wanted to tell you that Helena Express Singers has a new director. Our director decided that she wanted to stand on the risers and sing instead of directing anymore. And so Shelley Pardis is taking over as our director. Because Shelley works in Chicago, she can only be here every other week. So the music team has had to step up and take over. She's given us directions. She's quite the education coordinator, as you all know, for the region. And so she has given us our walking papers on what we need to do every week when she's not here. So we're hoping that it'll all work out. So I just wanted you all to know that we have a new director.
I can't wait to see what Shelley does.
Well, Barb is still going to direct one of the songs at competition this year, and then Shelley's going to do the other one. But then after that, Barb is going to be associate director, but she's not going to be actually directing in front of the chorus anymore.
Sharon, one of the things when we met, are you going to talk about the electronic license in this meeting or our next one?
I can talk a little bit about it now. Do all of you get mechanical licenses when you get learning tracks from like Jen Cook or anyone else? You need to get those electronic licenses to cover that. They aren't very expensive, and I can send you information on that. You have to go into, I think it's songfile.com and set up an account. And then you have to look for your particular piece of music. If they don't have it, then they'll figure it out and get you a license. Each song has its own license number. In our case with our chorus, put those all on our on our chorus website underneath each piece of music to put that license number on it. So we had a contract, or we have a contract with it, and that way we know that it's been taken care of. So I don't know how many of you do that, but I can also send you information when I send out all this other stuff today. I can send you
Yes,
information
please.
on that. Even quartets have to do that. If they get learning tracks for any of their music, you have to get a mechanical license. It's part of that all the new copyright stuff that's gone out in the last year or so. Okay, I can
What was the
send
name
it.
of that website? I'm sorry, did you say Soundfile?
Songfile.com.
Okay, thanks.
And judging by the looks of people's faces, I'm guessing that this is breaking news. So please do send that information, because we certainly don't want to not be in compliance. So
Right.
Is there a cost for that license?
Yes, it's not very much. It depends on how many, like with my chorus, we usually get 35 copies of the learning track, or 40, depending on, it depends on how many members you have or how many people are going to be actually using those learning tracks. And it's not very expensive, no.
Is it for every single song? It's a different one?
Yep, it's a different license for every song. Anytime you get a learning track, if you get a piece of music and you don't get learning tracks for it, then you don't have to do that. But if you get learning tracks that are professionally made, like from Jen Cook or any of those people that make those learning tracks, then you need to get a license. Yeah, I can tell by your faces that nobody's doing that.
I thought it was just for public performances. And when I did the research, I did not catch that at all, because I looked this up and that's not what I got from it. So that's good to know.
No, it's
So
not.
Sharon, do you recommend that we go back and get licenses for songs that we've had learning tracks for a while, that we're still using the music?
I didn't. I just started doing it as we got new music and got new learning tracks. I started doing it. I mean, kind of ignorance is bliss kind of thing. And so, and a lot of our songs that we have learning tracks for, we don't even sing anymore. So,
right, of course.
I would say from this point forward to go ahead and do that. So people that aren't on this Zoom call are going to be surprised when they get this information, because they're not going to really know. And if you need any help, just let me know. It's you just kind of have to learn it on your own. Just follow the directions. You set up an account on that songfile.com, and then every time you go in, you're already set up as an account. So
if you send somebody a song that you want learning tracks for, do you have to get a license for that too?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
If you have a song that you purchase and you want learning tracks, if you don't have learning tracks and they're not available, but you want one of the professionals to do it for you, do you have to license that too?
Yes. Anytime that you get learning tracks, whether, like, say you get a song that Jen Cook already has recorded, you still have to get a mechanical license for it, even though she's already recorded it.
But if she hasn't recorded it and you ask her to,
then yes, you do that too.
So Sharon, what about if, some choruses now might be asking their section leaders to make learning tracks? If the section leaders were to make learning tracks for your chorus,
that's different? That's different, because you're using your own chorus, where these people that make these tracks, that's part of their living.
Right.
Like, anyone that you go out and ask, like I said, I use Jen Cook because we use her a lot. But anyone that you go out and ask to make a learning track for you outside of your chorus, yes, you have to have this mechanical license.
And do you have an approximate cost of what that is? I mean,
just a second, let me look here.
You put her on the spot.
I
and she
know.
has to-
Well, everyone's wondering.
We all want to know.
So while she is looking for that information, let's just go ahead and set our next meeting. And I thought April 8th would be good. I'm fine with leaving it at 9 a.m. if people would rather it be later. Part of our theory was we would hopefully take about an hour and you wouldn't, be looking at lunchtime by the time you were done. So if you just, by the people that are here, which is a lot of team leaders, which you won't necessarily be part of the next marketing meeting, but if 9 a.m. works for you, you can just raise your hand, and then we'll see if, well, that's certainly the majority. Okay, I won't even ask about 10.
Let me ask the team leaders that are here, do you want to be included in the marketing meetings? Or do you want us to have set up our own meetings? Okay. I think it's great to have the meetings together. We learn a lot, not only about the marketing, but membership and all kinds of things. So about the licenses, the last license that I got 35 copies, and it was $3.19.
Oh.
For all of it?
Yeah, for those 35
Okay.
copies. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's not expensive. It's not nearly expensive as ASCAP fees.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
So
that's why
did
I
you
wanted
say,
to get that.
Sheree, did you say April 8th?
April 8th, yes.
And
Did
I
I-
can be there, but I'll be a little bit late because I do have a 9 o'clock meeting at the same, but it's not very long.
Excellent. So yeah, we'll see
Just
9 a.m.
in case it affects anybody's lives, that is Easter weekend, just FYI. It's fine for me, but just to make that known.
Oops, that might not work, Sheree.
Well, how many people can attend on April 8th? Let's just. Well, that's. I think, and we record the meetings too. So I just think it gives us a last minute month of April push for Ignite the Sound. And how exciting is it going to be to, we're going to be well on our way for being ready for contest. And I just think it could really be highly motivational too. So, because, historically, when you start to get a few weeks from contests, at least my experience is you're a little weary, because you've had so many rehearsals and you're so excited, but you want to do your best. And, so I think it could be fun to be able to just check in. So I don't have anything necessarily else. I do have a fun piece of news to share, but it's not really marketing related. So if people have to go, unless you have marketing and or team leader questions, feel free. So does anyone have any questions or need to? So I'm Cindy, do you have something?
Oh, I just wanted to mention, I found out recently that, I was talking to Sue Middleton, and she was looking to post something off of our Facebook page. One of our members years ago started a Facebook page called Five Valley Chapter of Sweet Adelines, and we haven't used that for years. So I just thought I'd mention that our Facebook page is actually called Meet the Five Valley Chorus.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. So, and we can't figure out how to close down that other one yet. So
If you figure it out, let me know, because I
Me
have
too.
one.
We have an old one as well.
yeah. So Meet the Five Valley Chorus is our actual Facebook page.
Well, Cindy, if you figure it out, send me the information and I can send it out to everybody in case they need to do that.
And is it Meet the Five Valley, is a 5 spelled or the number?
No, it's spelled. you can cancel it, but it cancels the personal account that is attached to it. So, you don't want to do that. So we'll figure it out and then we'll let you know.
Yeah, and that's something that we really need to be mindful moving forward. When all the social media started and YouTube and all of that, most of us just used our own accounts and then said, let's just add a page for our chorus, which is proving to come back to be kind of a little bit of a nightmare. So moving forward, when you create your YouTube channels for those choruses that haven't done so yet, base it off of a chorus Gmail account. You must have a Gmail account. So start your own chorus Gmail account. That's also going to just make life infinitely more able to change things in the future. As your management team, members change, it's easily transferable versus having somebody not want to give their personal, login information and stuff like that. So really consider that, because that it's proving to be, I know that Song of Seattle, I was working with them trying to help them with their YouTube channel, and there's an older one out there and they just can't, well, we'll just have to, but so Jan, did you have something?
Just one thing, what I figured out is we had a YouTube channel, which was primarily for members because I do choreography videos on it, teaching choreography. And then it all got transferred to our public site, which is like, no, I do not want my choreography videos on the public site. And so I'm having to shift them all back. And so we actually have 2 YouTube sites, one for members. If you use things internally or have any sort of YouTube videos at all, I would suggest, otherwise you have to make them private or have them link only. It's a real pain. If you want people to just be able to access stuff, make sure you have a public site and a non-public site. Otherwise it gets very confusing.
Beverly.
I was just going to say, as far as also with the emails and stuff, it's a good idea if you have chorus emails with passwords or other accounts like your Facebook and things like that, make sure there's always at least 2 or 3 people that have those written down somewhere, because we've run into problems where things were set up by past members and then they left and we kind of had to start over, and it made it really difficult. So now going forward, we have things kind of written down in different places so others have access, or have 2 admins on everything, so that way the next person can always fix it.
I also, and Sandy Smith is going to be really proud of me, the Google Docs, it is invaluable.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes life so much easier. If you people, I get intimidated by technology stuff, and I'm like, oh God, I'm going to mess this up. But it's kind of foolproof, and just about anything you could do in the Microsoft world, which is Word and Excel and all of that, Google Docs has a pretty good equivalent. And it certainly makes sharing easier and collaborations. If you have a team looking at your standing rules, you're working off one main document versus this person has 5 versions, but they've changed this stuff and not the other stuff. And it really is, I think that it's amazing. And for me to say anything positive about Google took me a long time, but it really is incredibly helpful. And again, it makes transitioning from positions so much easier, and then if you have your election year, simply reset passwords if you need to. That's much easier than trying to find documents in someone's computer. I mean, sadly, the RMT is still challenged after we lost, our Jan, our finance coordinator, and with all the documents in Alaska, and it's just it's been a huge challenge for us. And so, by the way, if anyone is interested in finance coordinating, we're still accepting applications. So anyway, so I think that's all I have for our meeting. I'll stop our recording now, but I would like to share